wide-scale economic disaster.
Sexism.
Millions of people's lives every year.
Scientists suspect that it could have been prevented.
Devastating.
I've lost a lot for this job.
Have you ever inspected your pockets prior to putting in a load of washing? Or worn your primitive, crusty backup apparel due to running out of clean clothes? Only to ponder. How did this get here? Pockets. The pinnacle of practicality, of privacy. Or so we presumed. Hi, I'm Caryll Woodcock. Welcome to the first episode of Would You Believe It, where we wonder whether and when. In today's episode, I'll be investigating I invited 3 real-life RPPs to share their personal experience and perspective in an interview.
Hi, my name is Penelope.
My name's Paul. My name is Harold, and I'm a professional
Reverse
pickpocketer.
Thanks so much for coming.
Well, thanks for having me.
So, how did you end up in this profession?
So my family.
They've been in this profession for over 600 years, so there's quite a heavy expectation that us kids follow suit. My brother didn't follow though. He's working at a funeral home. I haven't seen him at a family function for years. Actually, I haven't seen my family at a family function for years. I think I'm going to the wrong function.
TAFE is free.
Oh, so you need an official qualification to enter the field?
I mean, the most prestigious RPP firms won't even hire you without one. But I think it's a bit of a scam, honestly. Many of history's greats didn't go to college. And now they're charging pricey payments to listen to a petty professor propose potential principles. I mean, it's all theory. What happened to good old hands-in experience?
So I have a bachelor in pocketology and a master's in public propagation. My antithesis was that the pro rating of pocket propaganda is primary to preserving peace in plentiful populations.
Intriguing. And coming from a professional, what are the characteristics of a good RPP?
Patience.
Perseverance.
Posture.
Post-presentation. Sorry.
Personality.
Stealth! And a cert 4.
Procuring perpetuous insight into the intricacy of this peculiar profession had me pondering. When and where is its provenance?
Reverse pickpocketing dates as far back as pockets themselves, evolving from its predecessor, reverse pickpouching. While initially this was publicly permissible, productivity of peasants working in the fields plummeted, along with their pants, due to the added weight. This led to 2 things: a famine, tragically wiping out a third of Europe from 1346 to 1352, and the invention of the waist belt. Post-pandemic, reverse pickpocketing was putatively illegal. Though not policed, anyone caught performing the act would be punished by the public. This prompted RPPs to remain underground, privately practicing their profession behind closed doors.
Parents passed on wisdom and techniques to their children in the hopes of a future where reverse pickpocketing would once again prosper. It sounds like the pocket plague was a really dark time in RPP history.
Yeah, it led to a fair amount of prejudice, which is still pretty prominent presently.
Before, we were apprised even prestigious part of the press and private advertisement industry. But now, you won't see me posting about my profession. It's not exactly popular, you know. Sorry.
Before the pocket pandemic, we were free to frolic in the fields. Now the title comes with a bit more weight, particularly in the pocket area. Just a little bit of humour to lighten up the mood a bit.
I've lost a lot for this job.
And you know, I'm proud, but
How long do you predict this prejudice will last?
it's persisted so long post-incident, I can't possibly perceive it passing. So I say, permanently.
Is it true scientists suspect that it could have been prevented using the EYP procedure?
Common knowledge nowadays.
I mean, you probably do it as soon as you get home.
Yeah.
It is generally accepted in both the scientific community and by historians that this whole pandemic was preventable had this revolutionary breakthrough been discovered and implemented earlier.
Devastating.
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 Absolutely devastating. Thankfully, the EYP campaigns of the 1980s allowed reverse pickpocketers and regular people to live in harmony. What do you have to say to those skeptical of the dignity in reverse pickpocketing?
Do you know who distributed all the EYP propaganda that still saves millions of people's lives every year? RPPs. Yeah, people might think we're part of the problem. Well, in reality, we've always been part of the solution.
My bud Peter, he actually saved someone once.
Wow.
Yeah.
I headed down to the local commart for further investigation. Today, it's a well-known fact that while men's clothing is packed with spacious pockets, women's is tragically scarce in the storage department. Many assume this is due to sexism, but that's wrong. And besides, it was discovered in 1964.
The problem of purposefully placed promotions piling up did little to upset the male population, who prioritized building stuff and drinking beer. However, since women did all the washing up and didn't have anything to do before they were given jobs in the 40s, many began dedicating their time to this petty pocket predicament.
And oh, bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
As a result, by 1847, they had successfully eradicated over 60% of pockets in all women's clothing.
But it wasn't enough.
In the March of March 1848, thousands gathered in protest, showing their support for Emmeline Pankhurst, a poor victim unable to resist the persuasiveness of an ad placed in her pocket. Consequently, she had ended up purchasing major stock in Microsoft Bitcoin. Thankfully, due to the support of the campaign, she managed to give away all these investments.
60 years on, a large historical breakthrough occurred on the 28th of October, 1908. Seamstress Helen Fox was mending a pocket of her husband's trousers when she accidentally sewed up the wrong hole. Helen immediately presented her findings to the PPPP, Pocket Protection Partnership Program, via PowerPoint. Before long, this revolutionary tactic of pocket protection became a widespread procedure still used today. All this pocket purging seemed well and good for the average citizen, but little did everyone know the Great Depocket was just around the corner.
The Great Depocket was a period of wide-scale economic disaster, stretching to most areas of the globe. The unnatural paucity of pockets prompted the purview, and hence persuasiveness of the advertisement industry, to plummet. The pure puissance of this impacted all other primary professions. Peddlers could no longer promote their products or services via print, and neither could plumbers, pole vaulters, priests, police, or paramedics. Every single person on Earth lost their jobs and livelihoods.
Every person on Earth?
No, every single person on Earth. Couples weren't affected.
Now, I've got to ask, do you wear pockets yourself?
Ha ha ha. Yes. I like to make sure I'm keeping up with the industry standards, you know?
With plenty of poignant professional pointers now in my pocket, I felt almost perfectly perspicuous on the topic. I knew what to prioritize, how to position, when to pass or proceed. Yet, there was still one point that permeated my progress.
It's all beautiful. Now to good old hands-in experience.
It was time to pursue the peak of proficiency in person and under pressure. Time was running out. I had one last chance to prove my prowess.
Yes! Yes! I did it! What?
Perhaps there's more to it than I primarily perceived.
It just makes me so appreciative, you know, to think that RPPs are out there, out here, promoting, protecting, prosecuting, and ultimately persevering.
Always happy to spread awareness.
It ain't much.
But it's honest work.
So, the next time you pull out a pocket pamphlet after hearing the petrifying patter of nimble yet unidentified footsteps posterior, perhaps you will pause to acknowledge the person who placed it there. Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Would You Believe It? We hope you looked, learnt, and liked. I'm Caryll Woodcock, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Well, I have been Professor S.N.L. It has been a pleasure being on your documentary. I very much appreciated it. If you'd like to contact me any further after the fact, you're welcome to send me a raven. I do also accept owls on occasion if a raven is not available. Otherwise, I am usually seated at Monash University, University of Oxford, or at the bottom of the ocean in a scuba suit. So I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you very much.
Pause presentation. Oops. What?
Alright, can we do that?
What? No!